writing buddies? So you're done with the large elements of your story, huh? Well, now it's time to send it off to a professional editor. Wrong! Do not hire an editor until you have edited your manuscript to the best of your ability. Editing covers all sorts of fun stuff like grammar and punctuation, spelling, hyphenation, transitions, word choice, blah blah blah. All of these things, if not taken care of, can damage your credibility, which is a bad thing. You don't want that. Since there is a bucket load of different editing things you need to take care of, I will just go over the most fun and interesting ones for me. The first one is a misplaced or dangling modifier, and modifiers are what offer additional information to a word, and so you want to put your modifier as close to the word you are modifying as possible.
Crawling in a giant pile of ants, Jennifer fire torches her apartment to the ground. Because Jennifer is what comes immediately after the modifying phrase, I am crawling in a giant pile of ants. Simply move the modifying phrase after apartment to describe the apartment. Dousing the house with gasoline, giant piles of ants go up in smoke. Because the subject isn't clearly stated, our modifying phrase isn't really modifying anything. Fix this by adding the doer of the action.
The next is faulty parallelism, which means you want to have similar grammatical forms.
Jennifer's hobbies are writing, reading, and to research controversial topics. Remember, we want similarly constructed phrases, so we want to research to match writing and reading. All in all, Jennifer's literary videos are whimsical and a form of education. Just change a form of education to educational and we're good to go. It is wise to comment on Jennifer's videos today than waiting until next week. Since we said to comment, we also want to say to wait.
The next one is active versus passive voice, which means eliminate the verb was.
The scrumptious sandwich was eaten by Jennifer. In passive voice, the subject, sandwich, of the action, eat, is in the subject position, me. It isn't incorrect to write in passive voice, it's just wordy. However, passive voice helps eliminate subject repetition. For example, if you don't want to say, I did this, I did that, over and over again. Jennifer ate the scrumptious sandwich. In active voice, the subject, me, is doing the action, eat, to the object, sandwich. Active voice gives us clear, concise sentences.
Next, to use or not to use the Oxford comma. If you choose not to use the Oxford comma, you have a list of items, and the last two items in the list do not have a comma separating those two items.
I love watching the young adult publication project with my parents, David Hasselhoff and Pee Wee Herman. Without the Oxford comma, your parents' names are David Hasselhoff and Pee Wee Herman. Lucky you. Now, with the Oxford comma, we separate your parents, we separate David Hasselhoff, and we separate Pee Wee Herman.
So for additional resources on editing, check out the blog, and I will see you guys next week.